Welcome to steel making course. Let us know about types of iron productions and its compositions such as carbon, manganese, silicon, sulfur, phosphorus and rest of its iron. For the first step, let us know about the pig iron produced by blast furnace. Carbon varies from 3.5 to 4.5 and so on. Manganese, silicon, sulfur, phosphorus, iron is around 90 to 95 percentage. And another process, mini blast furnace, the product is also pig iron. Carbon is around 4 percentage and so on. Manganese, silicon, sulfur, phosphorus, the rest is iron. And third step is smelt reduction process. It is known as smelt iron. The carbon varies from 3 to 5 and so on. Manganese, silicon, sulfur, phosphorus, the rest is iron. And the fourth one is sponge iron. Carbon is 0.1 to 0.25. You can compare. Out of this process, the carbon content is low in sponge iron process because it is solid state reduction process. Oxides forms such as CO, CO2 reduces lot, so in sponge iron production, and manganese silicon levels are very minimum, so that's why it is assumed as a negligible amount. And sulfur, phosphorus are very low. Sulfur such as 0.03, phosphorus 0.06, iron around 90 percentage. Now one need to know about what are the limitations of pig iron for not to use directly for the applications, because all these kind of irons are brittle in nature and very difficult to deform plastically, and the impurity contents, all these major 5 elements are large extent, and there is excess sulfur and excess phosphorus, which gives the defects such as physical defects such as art shortness. You mean if you do art working process at higher temperature level, it leads to crack. If you go for at lower temperature levels in such as cold working process, it leads to cracks. So those two things are called as hot shortness and cold shortness. And steel making, what is steel making? It is an oxidation process by which the sulfur is not reduced to some satisfied level because it requires reducing atmosphere. In steel making, the phosphorus could be reduced to satisfactory level. So it is witnessed from the following table. For example, if you see this art metal chemistry is blast furnace pig iron chemistry, and it could be Corex smelt iron chemistry with these major elements. This is iron chemistry, and converting iron into the steel, which is final steel chemistry. What is converted? Carbon. From iron to steel, it is reduced to 4.5 to 0.03 and so on. Sulfur, phosphorus, these and some of allying elements also you can add into the steel using various operations. In steel production process, you can convert into the alloy steel, special steel, stainless steel, tool steel, high-strength steels, and many of those things such as steels can be produced. Now coming to the principal chemical reaction. Principal chemical reaction in steel production process. For example, if you see, this is iron production principle, directly reduction reactions. With phosphorus, the carbon is combined giving rise phosphorus which goes into the iron. Similarly, sulfur, iron, carbon. But one need to notice from these direct reduction reactions in the blast furnace pig iron production, Since sulfur is in gaseous state, it is more faster reduced, and it can be done in reducing atmosphere such as blast furnace process. But whereas phosphorus, since it is in the liquid state, it is less faster, it needs oxidizing atmosphere. That is why you choose, after iron production process, you go for the steel production process for requiring the oxidizing atmosphere. Phosphorus combines with the pure oxygen purging, it gives rise to the slag liquid form of P2O5. And now coming to the steel making classifications, are broadly classified into the primary steel making and secondary steel making process. Entire steel making route, if you see any of the integrated steel plants such as Vizag steel plant, Tata steel plant, Jindal Steels plant, many of these things you will realize to see all these steps. First you will produce iron by either blast furnace produced pig iron or Corex process produced smelt iron. Immediately you will go for the pre-treatment process. For deoxidation, you add some alloying addition such as aluminium, so that you can reduce oxygen levels to very low. Then you choose next step called as a primary steel making process. Either you go for the LD converter steel making process, another primary steel making electric arc steel making process. And after this primary steel making process, if you need to achieve, if there are temperature adjustment, if you need to do inclusion modification, if you need to do composition adjustment, you go for this ladle treatment. This secondary steel making also called as ladle metallurgy. After this step you go for continuous casting operation. You are continuously casting to produce in the form of billet, bloom and slab, which are called as a semi-finished products. These semi-finished products are feeded into the metalworking operations such as rolling, extrusion and forging, converted in the form of plate, sheet, rod, wire. These are gone to the direct applications in the manufacturing industry, car manufacturing industry, train tracks, many of those automobile industries. It will provide raw material. And further classification, if you see this particular steel making process, acid process of steel making, if the lining of steel making vessel is acidic in nature, it is called as acid process of steel making. And the impurities can be removed by this process are silicon, manganese and carbon, etc. Slag is nearly saturated with silicon form, which is acidic. And basic process of steel making, if the lining of steel making vessel is basic and the impurities maximum extent can be removed by this basic process are phosphorus, silicon, manganese and carbon, etc. The slag is adjusted based on the basic oxides such as lime. Now going to the what actually happens in the primary steel making process, let us know in detail. Primary steel making is produced by either basic oxygen furnace process such as LD converter or electric arc furnace process such as steel production from steel scrap, or combination of sponge iron can be produced into the special steel, stainless steels and plain carbon steel. That particular liquid steel is tapped and taken into the ladle treatment, which is pre-treatment process. You will go for the deoxidation process, further reduction of the oxygen, and for the composition adjustment to get the homogeneity in the composition, you provide the continuously organ stirring from the bottom of the ladle. And then after you take it to the, if there are temperature imbalance, you go for the ladle furnaces. You can control the temperature for before casting, and you can add some other alloying elements. For example, if you want to convert, if you require plain carbon steels to convert into the stainless steel, you add the alloying additions such as chromium and nickel. And if you want to reduce further carbon, nitrogen, oxygen level, you choose vacuum degassing process. in the form of gases, you can reduce. And this particular steel is continuously teamed out. You mean it is been poured into the tundish vessel. In this tundish vessel, it has been oiled for a while and it is been carried out for the inclusion modification size. If the inclusion size are uniform circular shape, the defects and mechanical properties, defects are reduced and mechanical properties could be increased. And calcium treatment you can modify with this particular sulfur treatment, calcium combined with the sulfur. This inclusion modification mainly done by calcium treatment. And this particular liquid state steel is continuously poured into the continuous casting units, and you will get the semi-finished products in the form of billet and bloom and slab. Further, it is being taken into the finishing operations such as thermomechanical process, extrusion, rolling and forging process. You convert into the plates and sheets and wires form. This is in detail primary steel making process. Let us see one example primary steel making, such as a basic oxygen furnace or LD converter process. This is basic layout of LD converter process. This particular large vertical tube is through which you are purging the pure oxygen. This is top of this LD converter, and after this treatment is completed, using this tap hole, it is been this imaginary line, it is been tilted to around 45 degrees. You tap out molten steel. This is a refractory lining, and this is your molten steel, and this is entire vessel. This is been aging and hardened steel plate is being used for the LD converter process. One more example, it is also called as a primary steel making process, electric arc furnace steel production process. These are the electrodes. Electrical supply is provided to the, it could be the one electrode, it could be the combination of two or more electrodes. Basically, it gives more efficiency if you use a graphite electrode compared to the carbon electrode. Many of the industries prefer to use a graphite electrode, and it produce the arc, and it is the combination of raw material steel scrap and sponge iron. And this is basic layout. This is a top part called as a roof. This is a bottom part. You tilt it, this particular thing, you tap out the molten metal. In detail about this LD converter and in electric arc furnace process, there is a second unit talks about LD converter process, third unit talk about electric arc furnace. You will be knowing more and more. This is just introduction about this particular process. That's why I am not going for more detail about design and process, advantages and disadvantages of these two processes. Now coming to the secondary steel making process. Why you require this secondary steel making process? If there is, you need to adjust to the carbon level, oxygen, nitrogen level, you need to go for the vacuum treatment. After taking primary making steel process, liquid steel is being poured into the ladle, and you purge argon or nitrogen from the bottom, and you provide entire vacuum system to that, and you convert it, you will taken into the next continuous casting operation. If there is a situation called furnace misbalance or inadjustment, the temperatures are not to the required level to the continuous casting process, before going to the tundish vessel, it can be adjusted by using simple ladle furnace. Next step, continuous casting process. The semi-finished products are produced. This is nothing but a tundish vessel. Continuously the liquid steel is being poured and it is being teamed out. This is called teamed out. That's why you will also call it as a teaming ladle or tundish vessel. And continuously it is being produced. It is also combination of having rolls. It is being straighted. It is being taken into this cutting section. It is being cut in the form of either billet form, slab or bloom. The basic difference between billet and bloom is the cross section of bloom is square, the cross section of billet is rectangle, the slab is kind of a plate form, and these things are further taken into the finishing mechanical operations, such as these semi-finished goods are feed it into the hot rolling process, cold rolling process, convert it into the form of plates, sheets, bars and wires using a wire drawing process. Structural products such as rail tracks, all those things are produced by this particular process. This is end of this lecture 3. Next lecture will be on lecture 4. Thank you.